So today we're working on a emulated 486. We're going to do some installs and get set up with MS-DOS 6.22 and we're going to set up Norton Commander, Norton Utilities, a bunch of other stuff, and then some other videos, but this is the main thing we're going to get rolling here.
Most of this stuff has been sped up drastically because we would have a very long video that you probably wouldn't want to have to watch the whole thing. But you mostly just keep pressing enter through this. And the computer reboots here. And then it's formatting the drive. It tells you where it's going to put the files. And then here it's transferring all the files. Then it has you change the disk twice. It's the 3-disc set for 622. It's nice because 622 has an installer versus like 3.0 or 3.3. You just have to copy the files over. Now it looks like DOS is installed. You should be able to boot just off the C drive now instead of having a disk in. And see, that's what just happened here because it says we have the C prompt instead of an A prompt. We're going to change drives. And then we're going to start Norton Commander, which is the disk I just inserted. Somehow in the process of this, I accidentally picked the Norton Utilities disk instead of the Norton Commander disk. And so we end up installing Norton Utilities first. I actually made a mistake here and did install d.exe instead of just install exe, but it seemed to work just fine anyway. Then it asks you about your color type, all kinds of questions, your name, your company name. This stuff is pretty straightforward to install. It's going to make a new directory for NU. And it's checking the drive for space. And then it copies the files over just like we did a second ago. Just like before, this is a 3-disc set. So it has you change the disk periodically. We're going to do a showcase on Norton Utilities and Norton Commander and how much of a game changer those things were for MS-DOS prior to Windows showing up. And then there's some early Windows versions as well that we may look at, and a lot of other great stuff along the way. I feel like something that's missing in a lot of the retro computer stuff is the software side of showcasing things. Lots of people showcase, pristine computers and that kind of stuff, but not really what you could do with them if you really want to enjoy them day to day, outside of just gaming on them. And sometimes you have other things you want to do besides game. Outside of web surfing, these computers were designed to do most of the things that our computers today do. Maybe not to the degree or to the speed, but you can do basic word processing stuff on them. And what that screen just said is it's going to change the config file and the auto exec file so that it runs a scan on startup. Then it asks about setting up a rescue disk, which I did not do at this time. Moving files. Now it wants you to reboot, and then you'll see what that scan looks like. This is highly sped up, like 10 times speed. And there you go. Now we're ready to roll again. You can see we do a normal directory. We've actually got Norton Commander in the disk drive now. We're going to install Norton Commander. Norton Commander is such a game changer, and I believe it's Norton Commander 5. And it has a nice installer just like Norton Utilities does. Basically, same exact thing. Just runs through the installer, asks you to switch disks a couple times. Now you're going to reboot. Make sure you take the disk out. It runs the scan again, because every time we reboot it does that. Now if we change directory, we can go to NC, which is Norton Commander directory. Then we can run NC and see we don't have anything in drive A or B, so it only pulls up the C on the right side. You can see we can move around inside of it. We can go to the DOS file. And then this is something I'd never done before. We're going to run MEMMAKER. MEMMAKER reallocates the upper and lower memory and different functions of the drives and DOS and stuff into higher memory, so you have more free memory in the 640K that's on the board, so that way programs that need more lower memory have access to it. So here it says it's finished its calculations, only tried one, and that was the right one. It changes our auto exec and config files. Then it says we went from 590 to 633K, and it's a pretty good improvement. Now we don't have much on this one here, so I would assume maybe we should run that again at a later time. Especially if we were to install Windows or something like that on here. That would probably make a difference. Or like a mouse driver or something that runs all the time in the background. I have a feeling those would be things that would take up part of that. So, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the amber tint on the CRT here. We're running in CGA mode right now. And have a great day.